Do you feel like something strange is affecting your life? Problems that arise for no reason, unexpected conflicts, paths that seem to close suddenly. You may be under attack by dark forces, envy, or curses that try to disturb your peace. But do not fear, because the power of God is infinitely greater than any evil. Today, with the powerful intercession of Saint Benedict and Saint Michael the Archangel, all ties will be broken, all witchcraft will be nullified, and all negative energy will be dissipated. They are the great protectors, the celestial warriors who fight against darkness, and they are ready to defend you. Stay until the end of this prayer, because in this moment of faith and surrender, Saint Benedict and Saint Michael will act in your favor, destroying every curse, breaking every spell, and covering you with divine light. Listen with faith and receive the heavenly protection you need right now. Welcome to the Prayer and Faith channel. We invite you to join with a heart full of faith and trust in this powerful prayer, in which we will invoke the heavenly force of Saint Benedict and Saint Michael the Archangel. Before starting, write the phrase in the comments, Saint Benedict and Saint Michael, be my shield and my strength, destroy every evil that tries to reach me and envelop me in divine light. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications to continue receiving prayers full of light, protection, and hope. Also share your intentions in the comments, so that together we can raise them to the heavens and ask for the powerful intercession of Saint Benedict and Saint Michael. Spread this message to your loved ones, because by uniting in prayer, we strengthen our faith and create a spiritual shield against all witchcraft, envy, sorcery, and curses that try to disturb our peace and well-being. Today we fervently ask that all the chains of evil are broken, may divine protection surround us, and may dark forces be undone. By the power of these two great warriors of God. May Saint Benedict cover us with his sacred cross, canceling all negative influence, and may Saint Michael, with his sword of light, destroy any work of the enemy and defend us with his heavenly power. Receive this prayer with faith and conviction, because the power of Saint Benedict and Saint Michael, he is with you, protecting you from all evil and guiding you to a path of peace, victory, and blessing. Repeat this prayer with devotion and you will see how the light of God manifests in your life. Let's start the prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Saint Benedict and Saint Michael, in this time of need and despair, I approach you with humility, faith, and hope, knowing that your divine power is the answer that my soul cries out for. With all my being, I ask for your intervention to free me from everything negative, dark energies and malicious influences that may be affecting my life. I know that you, as great guardians and warriors of heaven, have been sent to protect us, guide us, and defend us against the forces of evil that seek to destabilize our being and take away our peace. You are the brave defenders of the light, who with your heavenly strength and your divine wisdom fearlessly face the shadows that stalk our lives. With your powerful protection, I fully trust that all evil will be removed from my path, that plagues, curses and spells will be annulled, and that divine justice will restore order and peace to my life. May, with your intervention, the light of truth and purity prevail over any attempt at destruction. I trust that your sword will cut all the bonds that try to oppress me, and that your prayers will lift my soul to a place of serenity, security, and protection. With his help, I feel strengthened, knowing that his heavenly presence surrounds me and protects me from all evil, keeping me under his protection at all times. With your help, I renew my hope, knowing that in your divine strength, darkness cannot prevail, and that, through your intercession, everything will be restored to its proper place. Saint Benedict, you who are recognized for your immense power against witchcraft, plagues and all forms of evil that stalk the faithful, I bow before your greatness and humbly ask you to intercede for me in this time of need. Your divine strength to expel the impure, the negative and everything that disturbs peace is infinite, and I fully trust that, with your heavenly help, every spell, curse, hex or evil influence that has been cast against me will dissolve like fog before the sun. Saint Benedict, I know that your unwavering love for God and your deep devotion give you the authority to cut, once and for all, the ties that bind me to darkness and the forces that seek to steal my peace and serenity. You, who have been blessed with the gift of protecting those who call on your name, I pray that, with your powerful intercession, my life may be completely freed from the spiritual and physical burdens that have been imposed on me, whether through the evil of others or my own fears. With your blessing, I pray that my soul will be freed from any spiritual bondage that has limited me, that my body will be restored to health and well-being, and that the light of divine justice will illuminate my path, getting rid of any negative influence that has attempted to unbalance my life. With your protection, may darkness have no power over me, and may, under your protection, my life be surrounded by peace, tranquility and freedom. Saint Michael the Archangel, Prince and leader of the heavenly armies, I call upon you with all my heart and soul in this time of need. You, who fight tirelessly against dark forces and all those who oppose light, truth and divine love, I beg you to extend your powerful hand and take up your sword of justice. With your heavenly strength, defend my being from all evil, protecting me from negative energies, plagues and curses that try to approach me and disturb my peace. I know that you, Saint Michael, are the tireless protector of those who seek refuge in divine light, and with your presence, my soul finds an impenetrable shield against all darkness. Your sword not only cuts the bonds of evil, but also dispels the darkness, renewing clarity and hope in my life. With each of your firm steps, I beg you to destroy the negative forces that cross my path, freeing me from any influence that seeks to steal my peace and serenity. I fully trust that your presence gives me the most powerful protection that can exist, since your direct connection with God and the heavens gives you the authority to eliminate everything that tries to disturb my well-being. I know that, with your help, the shadows dissipate and the divine light is restored in my life. Under your protection, I will walk safe, protected and full of the peace that only you can grant. May your heavenly strength always cover me, and may divine justice prevail at all times. Saint Michael, in your courage I find deep consolation, and in your firmness, the certainty that there is no evil, no matter how great it may be, that can prevail against you. You, unstoppable defender of divine light and justice, I humbly ask you to destroy every negative influence that tries to invade my life and disturb my peace. Whether those energies come from the envy of those who seek my downfall, from the evil intentions of those close to me, or from dark forces that wish to harm me, I fully trust that, with your powerful intercession, all of this will be banished and dissipated. With your heavenly protection, I know that evil will be uprooted and will have no power or influence over me, nor over those I love most. You, who with your sword of justice cut every bond that holds us to darkness, I ask you to break every chain that has been thrown against me. May no evil, whether visible or invisible, be able to penetrate the barrier of protection that you, Saint Michael, place over me and my loved ones. With your bravery and heavenly strength, evil will be defeated, darkness will be defeated, and peace will be restored to my life. I trust that under your protection, my soul and my environment will be free of all negative influences, and that with your divine presence, evil will never be able to prevail. Thank you for being my tireless protector, guiding my steps with justice, light and love. Together, Saint Benedict and Saint Michael, I know that they form an unstoppable alliance, a heavenly force that knows no defeat, capable of facing and defeating all the forces of evil, darkness and negativity that seek to disturb the peace of hearts. You, who represent the most sublime purity, the divine justice that always prevails, and the absolute power that emanates directly from the Most High, are my most faithful guardians in a world full of temptations, chaos and shadows. In this environment, where the trials seem to be endless, I am confident that with your presence and protection, I will never be vulnerable or helpless. I ask you, with all my heart, to cover me with your mantle of unbreakable protection, that mantle that is woven with the grace of God and that prevents any evil, no matter how subtle, from approaching me or mine. May your power be the barrier that stops dark influences, negative energies, curses and temptations that try to divert me from the path of peace and serenity. With each glow of your light, I beg you to illuminate my path, guiding me with your wisdom and strength, so that my decisions are wise, my actions are fair and my life is filled with harmony, love and well-being. May your divine presence be my constant guide, clearing the obstacles that I may find in my path, always showing me the right direction, even when the shadows try to make me doubt. Saint Benedict, you who with your powerful cross have expelled the forces of evil, and Saint Michael, you who with your sword of light defeat the dark hosts, I know that together they form a bulwark that nothing and no one can destroy. I trust you completely, and under your protection, I know that I will find peace in moments of anguish, strength when fear tries to invade my being, and clarity when confusion darkens my mind. With every prayer I pray, may your protection surround me more intensely, and may your blessings transform my life, dissolving any evil left beforehand, ensuring that divine light always prevails. Thank you, Saint Benedict and Saint Michael, for being the intercessors who bring with them the grace of God and the peace that my soul so needs. May His power strengthen me, His light guide me, and His love cover me at all times. Saint Benedict, I thank you deeply for your constant intercession in times of trial and difficulty. We know that, as a holy warrior and protector of souls, you fight tirelessly against the dark forces that seek to destroy the peace, serenity and harmony of those who, with faith and devotion, seek refuge in God. Your presence is a beacon of light that illuminates even the darkest corners of life, and for this, I thank you for being my protector in times of tribulation. I ask you, with humility and faith, that your blessing always surrounds me, protecting me from bad influences, negative energies and everything that tries to harm me, whether visible or invisible. May your divine power act as an impenetrable shield against those who wish to disturb my peace, steal my serenity or divert me from the path of light. May your intercession give me the protection that I so need, and may your constant presence make me feel safe, full of hope and confidence in the love of God. Saint Benedict, you who have overcome the darkness with the strength of your faith and with the blessing of God, I ask you to strengthen me at all times, especially when I feel that the forces of evil surround me or that adversities seem to overwhelm me. May your help and your divine power give me the courage to face any challenge, and that, in the moments of greatest difficulty, I can palpably feel your support and protection, knowing that with your intercession, nothing will be able to harm me or separate me from the path of peace and truth. With your blessing, I trust that all dark forces will be dispelled and that my life will always be under the protective mantle of God. Thank you, Saint Benedict, for your constant help, for your faithfulness and for being a tireless defender of those who call on you. May your strength always accompany me, and with your protection, know that no evil can prevail over me. Saint Michael, thank you infinitely for your courage, for your unwavering dedication to the service of God and for being such a faithful guardian for those who seek refuge in your protection. In each of your actions, you reflect the divine light and strength that has been given to you to defend those who trust in your intercession. I ask you, with all my being, to continue fighting for me and for my loved ones, with that same determination and courage that has led you to be the leader of the heavenly armies. May you continue to protect us from everything that wants to disturb our peace, from the smallest shadows to the greatest evils that may stalk us. Thank you, Saint Michael, for your unconditional love, for your constant vigilance and for always being present at our side, especially when we need you most. Your presence gives us a feeling of security and serenity, because we know that we are not alone and that, although difficulties may arise, your light and your divine strength will always be with us, guiding us and defending our paths. Thank you for being our constant protector, never letting us fall into darkness. Saint Michael, your strength is our strength, and with every step you take, you push back the darkness that tries to invade our lives. May your powerful sword of justice continue cutting the chains of evil that surround us, and may, with your intervention, everything that wishes to separate us from the light of God be eradicated. I know that, under your protection, no evil can prevail, no curse can touch our life and no adversity can break our inner peace. With your presence, negative forces fade, and shadows have no power over us. I thank you, Saint Michael, for your constant presence and for being our defender at all times. In times of uncertainty and difficulty, know that your protection is a safe haven. Thank you for your bravery, for your dedication to the divine cause and for being the guardian of all who call upon you. With your strength, evil will never have the last word, and under your protection, we will always walk towards peace, justice and light. May your protection always surround us, may your strength strengthen us when we need it most, and may your unconditional love give us the peace that only God can grant. Saint Michael, defender of souls, I deeply thank you for being our shield and our sword in this world full of adversities. May your divine presence continue to guide and protect us, and may your love and justice always prevail in our lives. Under your protection, we know that no evil can reach us, and that, with your help, we will always be protected. Both Saint Benedict and Saint Michael, I know that their intervention in my life will be the perfect shield against all negative energies, dark forces, and invisible dangers that try to invade my being and disturb my inner peace. You, with your divine power and your tireless fight against darkness, give me the certainty that I am not alone, and that nothing can touch me when I have your protection. I know that with His presence at my side, the doors of evil close and the traces of the enemy fade before His unwavering light. My faith in you is firm and solid, because I know that your power is tireless, your courage incomparable, and your love for God is eternal and unbreakable. I am deeply grateful, Saint Benedict, for being a tireless protector who drives away bad influences, witchcraft, curses and everything that tries to disturb my life. Thank you for your spiritual strength, which with every prayer and blessing you emanate, drives away evil influences and allows the divine light to shine brightly in my life. To you, Saint Michael, Prince of Heaven, I thank you for your limitless courage and for your constant intercession so that we may always be under heavenly protection, free from all evil and danger. With your sword of justice, I know that evil will never have a place in my life or the lives of my loved ones. Together, know they form an unstoppable force, not only protecting me from visible attacks, but also dispelling invisible shadows that might try to disturb my soul. His power and intercession give me the peace and security that my heart needs so much. May your light spill over me, enveloping me with continuous and divine protection, accompanying me in all the moments of my life. May every step I take be guided by your heavenly wisdom, and may your strength give me the courage to face any challenge that comes my way. Thank you, Saint Benedict, for helping me free myself from spiritual burdens that may be affecting my well-being, for interceding on my behalf before the Almighty, and for making my life a reflection of the peace and grace of God. Thank you, Saint Michael, for being the defender of our soul and for guaranteeing that, with your sword of light, nothing can touch us or separate us from divine truth. In their presence, I feel safe and at peace, knowing that they are willing to always fight for my well-being and that of all those who call upon them. May your light and protection not only surround me, but also my family, friends, and all those who need your intercession. May His power dispel the darkness that may be in your lives, and may the peace and harmony of God reign in our hearts. Thank you, Saint Benedict and Saint Michael, for being my guardians and for ensuring my physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. With you by my side, I know that evil will never prevail, that God's love will always be our guide, and that, with His protection, nothing can harm us. May your light accompany us today and always, illuminating our paths with divine grace. Saint Benedict and Saint Michael, with all my being, I prostrate before you, the powerful heavenly guardians, asking for your intervention and your help to cleanse my life of all evil and all the dark forces that may be trying to disturb my peace, my tranquility, and my well-being. In this time of need, I fully trust in His heavenly power and His tireless dedication to protect me from any negative influence that comes my way. I ask you, with humility and faith, that your blessings fall on me, filling my life with light, love, serenity, and divine wisdom. Saint Benedict, you who have been an infallible protector, intercede for me so that all evil influences are removed from my life. May the dark forces and bad energies that try to infiltrate my being be undone by the power of your prayer and the purity that you emanate. I know that your faith and your devotion to God give you the authority to untie me from everything that binds me to darkness, sadness, or fear. With your help, every shadow will dissipate, every obstacle will be removed, and my life will be guided by the radiance of divine light. Saint Michael, Prince of the heavenly armies, I invoke your power with all my heart. You who fight tirelessly against the forces of evil and defend divine justice, I ask you to take your sword of justice and raise it to cut all ties with the darkness that tries to stalk me. I know that your presence gives me the strength and courage to face any adversity, and I trust that with your protection, no evil will be able to approach me. May your light and courage always surround me, giving me the courage to resist temptations and difficulties, and to walk the path of peace and righteousness. Both Saint Benedict and Saint Michael, I know, form an indestructible alliance, a powerful shield that will protect me from all visible and invisible threats. You, with your wisdom and strength, will guide me through the storms, sustain me in moments of weakness, and help me find the peace I long for. May His protection surround me, not only me, but also my family, friends, and loved ones, so that we can all live under His protection and find the serenity and comfort we need. With His heavenly power, every evil will be eradicated, every shadow will be dispelled, and every burden will be lifted. I know that, under your care, nothing can take my peace away from me, and that, with your help, my days will be full of blessings, abundance, and well-being. I thank you, Saint Benedict and Saint Michael, for always being with me, for ensuring my safety and for interceding for me before God. With you by my side, I feel protected, at peace and in harmony, knowing that divine light always illuminates my paths. Amen. If this prayer has touched your heart, filling you with faith and serenity, I invite you to like the video, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to continue receiving more spiritual content that illuminates your life and strengthens you at every step. May Saint Benedict and Saint Michael the Archangel bless you today and always, interceding for you and surrounding you with their divine protection.